Hello everybody, it's Justine Evans here from Creation, Fertility and Justine Evans. I'm a hormone alchemist, and each month I connect with plant medicine to help you balance your hormones as part of my Hormone Inspiration monthly group. So this month we are working with the wonderful hormonal balancing plant, the Vitex Agnus Castus. Now, I work with my plant medicine predominantly with spagyric medicine, which is a combination of homeopathic, herbal, and energy medicine. And it's mainly given as tinctures, but we also use it as sprays and creams as well. It's absolutely fabulous kind of medicine. So energy medicine. So I'm talking about Vitex Agnus Castus from this perspective and how it can support your hormonal balance. Now, each month before I do this recording, I actually meditate with the plant. And so when I meditated with the energy of this plant, what it said to me was take a stand, find peace and balance. And it really is, that is Agnus Castus. That is Agnus Castus. It's absolutely amazing. So it is a wonderful plant to go to for the second half of your cycle, okay? People who suffer with PMT, PMS, heavy periods, hormonal balance. Yes, we do use it for men with that andropause as well, which is the male menopause. The perimenopause with women. Anyone who's got things like polycystic ovaries is also really good. People with testosterone and prolactin imbalances. So it's a fabulous, fabulous plant, and it really connects with the hormonal axis, your skin, your nervous system, and your digestive system. So whilst it originally came from the Mediterranean, we can grow it in the UK, and we tend to use the fruit and berries, although in the past they have used the leaves and the barks as well, okay? So it's a really graceful kind of plant. It looks a bit like a buddleia tree crossed with a hemp. So it looks a bit like that. It's sort of like a tree bush, and it has purple cone flowers and 5-fingered leaves, and it's actually part of the vervain family. So it's a really interesting plant, and it's got a lot of folklore associated to it, which I'm going to share with you soon, because it kind of like makes me laugh a little bit, okay? But fundamentally, Vitus Agnus Castus is an adaptogen, okay? Now, it is known as many different names, all right? I'm just going to say some of them here. So some people know it as Vitex, some people know it as monk's pepper, wild pepper, chaste tree, chaste berry, and chaste lamb tree. And I'm going to be explaining that's really to do with folklore and tradition, okay? But it can heighten and dampen sexual desire, and that's where some of those monk's tree, etc., come from, okay? So the German Commission classifies Agnus Castus as a safe herb to use in any conditions that are caused by hormonal imbalances: PMS, bloating, tender or painful breasts, moodiness, depression, headaches, acne, menopausal symptoms such as hot flushes, night sweats, and also it is often used, and certainly within my clinic, for conception and fertility and miscarriage support, okay? So what else would you use it for? So let's just go through a few things, okay? So people who are nervous, people who get pains and itching, who have fragile nervous systems, never feeling well, people who get depressed, feel sad, people who are feeling old, particularly perimenopausal times, you know, people who suffer a bit with hypochondria and mood swings. So you can see a lot of that within some women's cycles. Some women get all of those, okay? And even when you're stopping cycle, you can get those things as well. Interrupted sleep, poor self-esteem, headaches, premenstrual acne, itching, Hair loss, that's acne rosacea as well. That's another one. And then what else would you do for digestive issues? So those bearing down sensations, digestive heaviness, flatulence, nausea after eating, congestion, okay? Because Agnus Castus really supports the liver. It really helps the liver. And so a lot of these kind of digestive symptoms relate to liver, which is why we use it a lot in the second half of the cycle as well. But also for sometimes we use it throughout the whole cycle because it helps with that hormonal balance. Remember, estrogen is stored in the liver, and fundamentally Agnus Castus is a progesterone uptaker. All right, so going on to other things, cardiovascular. So anxiety in the heart region, okay, weak pulse, anemia. People urinate very often, so this is going into the bladder now and the kidneys. Menstruation, okay, so it really helps with the pituitary gland and the adrenals as well. So it really helps with your blood flow, okay, because it makes this progesterone spike. So this is great for perimenopausal, premenstrual, post-menopause. It really helps all of those kind of things, okay? It really balances out your moon bleed as well. And if you are going through the andropause, which is the male menopause, or if a guy has had a vasectomy, then we would use it then to support that as well, because their testosterone balance is wrong and they need more progesterone, okay, and estrogen. So you need to support the whole of that. So guys with a low libido, again, we might use Agnus Castus for that, okay. Now I have got a lot of science about it, and I'll put some of that information down below on in my article, rather than talking about it now. But to go back to fertility and miscarriage, we would use it a lot to support the second half of the cycle, to increase progesterone, to be able to hold a pregnancy. We need enough progesterone in the body, okay? We need it to thicken the uterine lining. So this is when we would use it, okay? It is absolutely perfect for that. And in one clinical study, actually, that I've got, 48 women aged 23 to 39 had all been diagnosed with infertility, and they took Agnus Castus for 3 months. During the 3-month trial period, 7 women became pregnant, and 25 of those women normalized their progesterone levels. So actually 32 in total had positive effects out of that 39, which is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So the standard dose is about 40 drops of tincture. If we're using it with spagyric, my trying to conceive spagyric remedy has a variety of different herbs in it as well, and ingredients in it as well. But I would give you maybe up to 60 drops a day of that for 3 months, okay? And if you're using a dry herb, you would take 2 to 3 mils 2 or 3 times a day. But that would really depend on your specific case, okay? And it is important for me to say this. I'm not giving you specific guidance here. You really need to see your health practitioner about that, because it is very important that you take the right dose, okay? So what's the folklore relating to this? Well, first of all, what really makes me laugh is that traditionally nuns and monks used to take it to quell their sexual desires. But actually, we often use it as an aphrodisiac, which is quite interesting, isn't it? And Hippocrates said that if blood flows from the womb, let the women drink dark wine in which the leaves of the vitex have been steeped. Lovely. Has a real goddess connection. And one of the goddesses that I work with is an Egyptian spiritual midwife called Tauret. And I connect Vitex with her, as I also connect Clary Sage, because she's an amazing birthing goddess as well. But with the fertility festivals, we used to put, or they used to put, not we, because I haven't done it, but they used to put, in the ancient times, they used to put Agnus Castus leaves on the ground, and they used to use those in red tents as well. Okay, now these are obviously very, very feminine fertility festivals, and actually men associated Agnus Castus with actually not having sex, because actually they weren't invited to it. Okay, so they wrongly associated it with chastity, but actually we use it for fertility. Okay, and it really enhances that life, those life-giving properties of the goddess. And energetically, spagyric medicine connects it with your ability to say no. And that doesn't mean no in a way from a negative perspective, but no in a way that for you to be able to change the way that you connect with certain things. So if you find it very difficult to say no to something, then it helps you do that. So for instance, I've got a few examples here, like a personal self-esteem and negative and lower energy, and also always putting other people first instead of yourself. So that's when we would use Agnus Castus for that. We would help to change that thought form to work with an upper vibration. So if you're watching, or if you watch this month's Hormone Inspiration, when we're talking about the law of attraction and menstruation, you can see how Vitex really connects with this, okay? Because it really helps you raise your vibration. And also it helps us with our psychic receptivity, all right? Now, you wouldn't use Agnus Castus during pregnancy, okay? And you wouldn't give it to people who have not yet started their moon cycles, if they are pre-pubescent girls. I should add that, because as I've just said, we do use it on men. So that's sort of just said one thing and then said something different. But for females, you would not use it until they had started to have their moon bleeds. So there are some precautions with Vitex, and as I've said before, it's important that you speak to your health practitioner about whether it's suitable for you. But there are some of the benefits of this amazing hormone balancing herb. If you do want a spagyric from me, then please contact me. They start from about £30. They're about £30 actually. Sometimes a little bit less if you're having the creams. But if you contact me at contact@justineevans.co.uk, or if you do it at justine@creationfertility.com, then you will be able to contact me, or just go to one of my websites, Creation Fertility or justineevans.co.uk. So I hope you found that useful, and speak to you soon. Bye.